The evening was dark and cozy as I wandered into the local shopping center. Longing for a bit of distraction from the everyday hustle, I suddenly felt drawn towards the restroom. My inner voice claimed it to be an unusual urge, but I decided not to ignore these feelings. Passing by the shops, I heard a faint whisper, which seemed to grow clearer as I approached the restroom. My heart began to beat faster, but I reasoned it was simply the result of a tense day. However, as I finally entered the restroom, the atmosphere immediately became uncomfortably tense. Dim lighting gleamed on the tiles, casting ominous shadows in the corners of the room. I tried to get accustomed to the darkness when suddenly my eyes caught something unidentifiable at the end of the corridor. At first, I thought it might be my imagination, but as I drew closer, I realized my imagination couldn't conjure up anything like this. Before me stood a creature straight out of nightmares. It was massive, covered in thick fur, reflecting the faint light. Its eyes, like two glowing moons, were fixed directly on me. I felt fear solidify inside me, paralyzing every fight. I stood frozen in place, unable to move or utter a word. The creature remained motionless, its eyes gleaming as if it were studying me. The air thickened in its presence, filled with something sinister. Finally, the creature began to slowly approach me. Step by step, it drew nearer, its breath becoming more palpable. I prayed for it to be just a nightmare, for me to wake up in my own bed, but the fear that engulfed me was all too real. As the creature came almost face to face with me, I mustered what little courage I had left and stepped back. My legs trembled, my heart ready to leap out of my chest. I closed my eyes, prepared for the end, but instead of feeling the strike of its claws, I heard only a whisper. It was the same whisper I had heard outside the restroom. It sounded faint but clear, as if beckoning me. I opened my eyes and saw that the creature was no longer standing before me. Instead, it stood against the far wall, its eyes gleaming in the dark. "Follow me," the creature whispered, its voice piercing through the silence. I felt it pulling me towards it, like a magnet. My body moved forward, defying my will. The fear remained within me, but now it was mixed with curiosity and a strange sense of reverence towards this creature. I followed it, not knowing what awaited me ahead, but feeling that it was something important, something that would change my life forever. The darkness engulfed us both, and I knew there was no turning back.